Have you ever looked up at the night sky and seen all the stars? It's amazing, isn't it? Well, I wonder, if you were going to follow one of those stars, how would you know which one to follow? Well, every day we have as many choices as there are stars in the sky as to which path to walk and who and what to follow. We can follow the brightest or the shiniest. We can follow the one that calls out to us or the one that we feel a deep connection to. Or we can choose to jump around, following different stars, different days. Well, the wise men in Jesus' day had done their research. Hold on. Actually, many believe that the wise men, rather than being kings or magi, were astronomers, scientists who spent their lives studying the stars. And that star in the sky that led the wise men to Bethlehem may have been just like the Star of Bethlehem that we saw in the sky just a few weeks ago. A star that appeared to be bigger and brighter than the others, because rather than being a star, it was an alignment of planets. But does that change the story? No. Because the star, or the planets, or whatever that light in the sky was, that the wise men, or the kings, or the magi, or the astronomers followed, led them out of their comfort zone. It led them out of the place that they called home. It led them to a far-off land to be introduced to a child who was vastly different than them, but who loved them unconditionally. As the story goes, they presented the child with gifts of gold and frankincense and myrrh, worshiping him and recognizing his presence and his importance, and then disappearing into the night, never to be seen or heard of again. What a strange twist. So why is this such an important part of our Christmas story? Why do we set aside an entire day, Epiphany, to celebrate such a brief, short encounter? Because this story tells of a light shining in the darkness that can be experienced and seen by anyone, anywhere, no matter who they are, where they're from, or where they are on life's journey. The story of the wise men following the star opens the door for something incredible, something even more exciting, and something even more life-changing, not just for a chosen few, but for the whole entire world. Because that child that the star led them to became the light that shined in the darkness, not to lead us all to him like the star led the wise men, but instead so that he might light the way for us, sometimes leading us out of our comfort zones, and sometimes even calling us outside of our homes and our church buildings to meet people who may look very different than us, or believe very different than us, or live very different than us, but so that we might be more like him, loving others unconditionally as we continue to share that light with the world. And the coolest part of all is that Jesus shines the light on our path to help us use the gifts that we've been given, that we might be the best that we can be. Not so that the light will shine on us, but so that we can reflect it in the darkness for others. So, friends, in the week ahead, may you take some time to look up at the stars at night, knowing that the number of stars that you have to follow are immeasurable. But the light that shines in the darkness, that is the greatest gift of all. Because not only does that light show us the way, but that light loves you more than you could ever imagine.